And if you have children in the district or...
Okay, Tony Lawrence, 9350 Sisson Street in LaMesa. I have 2 children here at Parkway, 1 child at Northmont. While I'm only representing myself and my family, I do sit on the PTA, the PTSA. I'm on school site council here. I'm in the middle of a Pop Warner coach, sorry for the garb. On the board of our local Little League, I coach youth basketball and soccer also. So, although I don't represent any of those groups, I certainly wanted to be in tune with the community and very involved in everything that's going on. First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak here tonight. I do have 3 kids that go to the school district. I want to say I'm 100% in favor of the school board, teachers, principals, and parents reviewing anything that is presented to our children. I'm also in favor of our parents being able to shelter their kids from things they do not want their kids exposed to, whether it be sex ed, evolution, objectionable books, or public speakers they feel are inappropriate. However, I am not in favor of this board being the sole arbiter of who is trustworthy and who is not, and who deserves our respect. I understand there was a motion to completely ban the speech as well. Mercifully, it didn't gain much traction. We tell our kids if they study hard, stay in school, focus, aim high, and dream big, they can become president of the United States. We don't often believe it if it's a Kennedy or a Bush, prominent families with generous means and political backgrounds. But this president started from meager beginnings and achieved that dream. If that's a speech we don't want our children to hear, what do we ever want them to hear? The speech... The speech was appropriate, nonpartisan, and inspiring, a speech you robbed my children from hearing because of your personal bias. The content of the speech was available before your secret last-minute meeting. My issues are as follows. First, you have now politicized the school district. Kids listening to a political or president's speech about staying in school and working hard is apolitical. Banning it because, or delaying it because you don't like or trust him is about as self-important, political, and wrong-minded as you can get. You do not have the right to tell our kids which authority figures are worth listening to and which ones are not. What about police officers, teachers, or parents? The message you send is if you did not vote for someone, you do not have to respect their office. Secondly, you threw around the Constitution very confrontationally and smugly. In my opinion, this document is far too important to politicize it and wield it as a weapon, especially if what you're saying does not appear anywhere in the Constitution. Our protectors of education should be more careful when throwing around this sacred document to sound intimidating, and when they choose to do that, they should be right. Thirdly, and most disturbing, was the cowardly, covert way this was debated without fanfare over a holiday weekend, and families were notified at 8 p.m. the night before the speech was supposed to air. All I can guess is that you figured you could impose your will on the district, then seek forgiveness or clean up the mess and deal with the fallout later. There were several easy, palatable solutions that anyone could have solved. Show the speech with parents being able to opt out. We have that policy for sex ed and other issues. We should never have to opt in to be Americans. When the president speaks, any president, I listen and teach my kids to listen and respect the office, whether I voted for him or not. It has been and always will be that way in my house. Review the contents and realize it's a message that could benefit every student. I understand there were concerns about kids missing school and costing money. That's deplorable, and while I strenuously object to the way it was handled, I would never intentionally cost my children's school money to have a hissy fit about a speech. My country comes before my politics. My kids' education comes before marching to the orders of a talk show host or bloggers. They don't know us or care about us. If they did, they clearly would tell our kids to stay in school. They clapped so much so I get to finish. Hang on, I'm almost done. And this is a line that's not from the Constitution, but the Declaration of Independence. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance and protection of the divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. All of us should heed these words and pledge our lives and fortunes to each other, our community, and our country, whether we voted together or not, and at the very least, always act with sacred honor. This matter was not handled with honor, in my opinion. Thank you.